Hey guys, what's up and welcome. It's Matthew here, the designer and developer from South Africa. In this video, I am going to teach you or I'm going to demonstrate page by page or screen by screen how I created this accounting system. So we are on the sign in page. In fact, I want to be on the sign up page first. Okay, so I will demonstrate line by line, showing you the code how this system works. In case you might want a full demonstration of how this works, the invoices, the PDF, and everything, so please come here. This is the video where I'm demonstrating it on how it works. So in this video, I'm going to explain the code line by line. So you can check the link in the description in case you might want to test along with me, because this code is live. Okay, it has been deployed on Vessel, as you can see. So feel free to come here and test along with me. In case you might want to quickly create a quotation and an invoice, this is live. It's something that you can do, and also you can download it as well, create it and download it. Let me just quickly show you some samples. Show you some samples. This is a PDF that has been generated by this system. Okay, so without wasting time, let's just jump straight into it. So check the link in the description below and click here. But for demonstrating, I am not going to use the live version. Okay, I am going to use the local version, the one that is running on my computer. The reason being, I want to show you when the system is executing the pages, in case there are some errors, maybe I want to console log something, I will do that here. But if I can use the online one, obviously this is on Vessel's server, so I won't be able to demonstrate a lot of things. So here I'm going to explain my code more or less like line by line. Okay, so let's just get into it. Okay, so let's go here on the local one. So let's just check what's going on the local one. As you can see, guys, so we are on the sign up page. As you can see, okay, here is it. Status is 200. That means this page has been loaded successfully. Okay, has been loaded successfully. So let's register. Let's say I am what my name is going to be. Let me write my African name, Msingati, and my email is going to be msi@gmail.com, let's say. Okay, and the password is going to be msi, and confirm the password msi. Okay, msi. So I think I might some sort of end here for now. Okay, for instance, let me what must I do? Okay, let me just continue, guys. So for that, msi. Okay, and then let me click submit. But at the same time, I want to quickly check here so that we can see what the system is doing. Okay, so let me just click submit. Come and check. It's compiling. I'll sign up, compiling API. As you can see, it's calling API. Sign up, and then the API has been called successfully, and then it's rerouting to dashboard. Okay, dashboard has been successfully compiled, as you can see, guys. Okay, so after I have signed up, and then this code will some sort of redirect me to the dashboard. So let's get into the sign up page and see how it has been coded. My apologies about that. Let's get into it. Okay, so as you can see, guys, let me just show you my folder structure. Can't I zoom in here? Is there a possibility? Yes. Okay, so here is my folder structure, guys. I've got this app. As you know, that this is a folder that has been created by Vercel. I've got auth here and I've got root. So root, it's like the main application. Auth is like sign in and sign up. Okay, so we are here on sign up. Okay, let me just briefly talk about, what can I say, the file structure or my files and folders. Okay, so what I usually do, I separate a page from its component. So meaning that this route has got a page, but a page acts like a container. Okay. I'm very high on design patterns, systems thinking, and architecture. Okay, so since I'm already here, let's just get into it. The reason why I'm going to get into it, it's simply because most developers, even on the YouTube community, people are struggling to understand design patterns and architecture and how to some sort of implement that into their own coding. I have seen and watched a lot of YouTube clones, okay? In fact, let's say coding clones, Next.js clone, um, you name them, okay? WhatsApp clone and whatever. But I don't really see design patterns being implemented, okay? We rarely even talk about them, okay? So now that I'm here, I am going to talk about those, okay? My apologies about that. So why am I some sort of emphasizing that I've got a page and a page is separate from its components, okay? So let me just go to Google. Let me just go to Google or maybe even ChatGPT if I want to. Um, Let me search for. I think ChatGPT can give me a very straight answer, okay? Let me type present presentational. I think it's presentational container pattern. Okay. I'm not sure if should I say in React, but I don't think patterns have got a specific framework. Okay. So I want us to read here. Okay, this pattern. It's a design pattern and try to see how not necessarily I have used it here because it's not a direct use of this pattern, but how it relates to what is going on here, okay? Or how it has inspired, okay, that decision. So that is how you use design patterns, okay? That is how you use them. But most people, they don't really implement them, okay? They just code with and some others they don't think design patterns are necessary, okay? So let's see. Okay, let me zoom in. Okay, the presentational container pattern is a design pattern in React that promotes the separation of concerns by splitting components into two types. Okay, presentational components focuses on how things looks, that means the UI, and are typically concerned only with rendering markups and style. Container components focuses on how things work, the business logic, the state management, handling data fetching, state updates, and. So as you can see, the presentational container patterns some sort of divides the components into two, the ones that presents, okay, and the ones that actually performs the functionality. I hope now you are starting to connect the dots. This is a pattern, okay? Well, this is not a direct implementation of it, okay? It's not like the ideal 100%, okay? But separating these two files has been inspired by that pattern, okay? Let's look at this page, okay? So this page, okay, it's some sort of responsible for what can I say, how things look, how things have been arranged. For instance, in this page, this form sign up is in a certain place. Let me just use this. I can even use this. Okay, this is the entire page, and this form is more like on the right. Okay, on the left there's something, and this is more on the right. So the page acts as a container, and it contains this component. This page is not this component. Okay, maybe some people might name this sign up page as some sort of sign up form, okay, which is the page becomes a form, okay. But based on my structure, the page is a page, is responsible for the layout, how things look, okay. And next to it, I've got a form sign up, which is just a form, okay. So I hope you are starting to see how this arrangement has been some sort of, what can I say, inspired by the presentational container pattern. So obviously one might ask, why do you have to do that? Okay. Um, Let me show you something. Okay. So somewhere here, somewhere when you are adding a user, okay, I will demonstrate this later, or maybe I must log in with let me log in with a different account so that I can quickly demonstrate this. Let me just log in with a different account. Okay, so that I can quickly demonstrate this so that you can see why is this important. Okay, so if you look at users, okay, as an admin user, I can add another user. As you can see here, there are two users. Let's check here. Okay, looking at this form, okay, as you can see, it has got register and this one, okay, and this one is on sign up. This form, and this one, it's exactly the same thing. Okay, so if this component, which is this sign up form, was a page, okay, it will mean that I was not going to be able to push it in this module because it's a page. So it goes hand in hand with this part. Okay, but because of this component, it's a standalone component, it has been pushed in a page. If I want to, I can reuse it, okay, and push it inside a different module. Enough about that. I hope that is clear. That has been inspired by a presentational container pattern. Okay, as you implement these things, it's becoming easier to read your own code 2 weeks from now, a month from now, or even 3 years from now, because your code becomes modular and it becomes highly reusable. Okay, enough about that. Let's get into the actual form sign up. Okay, now let's see. Okay, my apologies about that. Okay. I hope you are familiar with these, okay? These use client and importing whatever that I'm importing, okay? The first thing that we need to talk about, something that might not be, I'm not sure you were not expecting, okay? It's this original form, okay? As you can see, this function, it's some sort of original form. It receives utilities. As you can see, here are the utility props. This is just TypeScript. Okay, and then from there it has got const form users. Okay, I'm assuming that here you were expecting maybe something like this, const page. Okay, or at least maybe a specific name. Okay, maybe sign up or something. Okay, but as you can see here, there is no sign up or something. So you've got a question why your code is like this. Okay, so let's go down here. Okay, um my own function starts to be specific somewhere here at the bottom. Okay, form sign up is equal to with utilities. Okay, and then I'm passing original form, and then later I will export the default form. Okay, as you can see, form sign up. Okay, maybe this looks complicated for now, but let's just ask ChatGPT about the is this a design pattern, a high order component? Is high order component a design pattern? Or okay, let's I think ChatGPT will tell us. Okay, let's ask ChatGPT what is a high, so I've used a high order component there. Okay, what is a high order component? What is a high order component? ChatGPT will tell us. Okay, but I think it's a React design pattern. My apologies about that. A high order component, HOC, in React is a function that takes a component as its input and returns a new enhanced component. HOC are used to reuse component logic and add shared functionality or behavior to components without modifying their code directly. Okay. Definition: a high order component is a function that takes, okay, let me just quickly ask this one. Is HOC a design pattern? I just want to be sure, okay? Because when you are using a design pattern, you first learn them, okay? Maybe a list of design pattern, but when you are implementing them, you don't really implement them as design pattern. I think they just come as your second nature, okay? You can't really what pinpoint, okay, as you have seen here, okay, this has been inspired by presentational container pattern, okay, but as you can see, guys, this is just the arrangement of files, okay, but this arrangement has been inspired by that, so I have not like implemented it directly, but it has played a major role. So design patterns are those skills or things that get soaked in your subconscious mind and you just use them. That's why I don't really know if is it a high order is it a design pattern or what, okay? Because you memorize them and then from then they become your second nature. Okay, let's see. Okay, why is why HOC is a design pattern? Okay, as you can see, guys, it's a design pattern. So let's just read it, and after reading it thoroughly, and then what can I say? I will explain to you how I've used it. Okay. Right. A high order component is a function. Okay. First step is a function that takes a component. That means it consumes a component and returns a new component. So let's go back here. Okay. Let's go back here. I've got a function here which is original form. It's very general, it's not specific, okay? This is a form, okay? This is a form, okay? I really don't have to be specific about it, okay? Just like any other thing, it's a form, okay? So this is a form. So this is a function, okay? This is a function. So let's go down here, okay? So a high order component which is in React, you name or you start a high order component name with, okay? So this is some sort of a convention with. So any function that starts with, then you know it's a high order component. I will explain that later why, okay? So this is a high order component with utilities. What it does, let's go and read. Where is ChatGPT? Come on, ChatGPT. Okay, high order component is a function that takes a component. It takes this original component. As you can see, I'm pushing it as a dependency, and then and returns a new component. So this function will return a new component that will be passed in here on form sign up. So form sign up, it's some sort of a new component that has been some sort of created by consuming or modifying, not necessarily modifying, modifying it's a wrong word, created by consuming this component, okay? And then obviously we do something on it. That means, let's say we are revamping it and we're saving it here and we're exporting it here, okay? Okay, let's just continue here so that we can understand this in details, okay? With HOC, as you can see, guys, this is a high order component. It takes another component, it returns, it takes the prop, and then add additional logic. You can add additional logic here, and then you will return a wrap component, okay? Don't mind much about this, okay? Obviously, why this is important, key characteristics of a high order component. Excuse me. So I'm going to read these functionalities and I'm going to explain these lines according to the high order components that I've created. Okay. Functionality sharing. Okay. HOC allow the reuse of logic across multiple components. Let's get into that. Okay. So I realize as I am creating my own pages or my own forms or my own components, they always need certain dependencies. Okay, let me show you those dependencies. They are here under utilities. Okay, this is a function to create a record. Host, this is your, what can I say, the message, the pop-up message that comes when a record has been created. Image reset, don't really mind much about this one. And this one, this is loading. It's when, let me show you, do I have is loading somewhere here? Not really. So where can I have is loading? Let's go to home. Okay, here is this component. Okay, so most forms or most components, most pages, they always need this is loading. Okay, so as you can see, I'm always getting it here. Okay, my apologies about that. So as you can see, guys, it looks like in this with utilities. Okay, yes, in this high order component, it consists a lot of dependencies or a lot of methods, okay, in it. And once you pass any component, this will push all those functionalities or all those method to whatever component that you are pushing or to whatever components that is consuming, so that these components can just use this method without declaring them, making your code cleaner. And also you can pass different components here. Okay, let's demonstrate that. This create, this toast, this image reset has been declared and created once inside the HOC, and I am using it everywhere. Okay, let me just make an example. Maybe here I might have form items. Let's go to create. My apologies about that. Let me go to create. As you can see, guys, this is form item for creating an item. So let's go to that. Where is that? Okay, root, dashboard, items. Okay, create. As you can see, okay, here is the same arrangement, the page and its form. Let's check this form. Okay, as you can see, this is the original form. Okay, so it looks like even this component make use of um, the high order component. As you can see, don't mind much about this. I'm supposed to delete it. Okay, as you can see now, this form it's const form at item, but it uses with utilities. Okay, that means this whole component has to pass through with utilities so that it can be unique as form at item and it can be exported as form at item. Why must this component, this general component, pass through with utilities? Simply because we need the utilities. Okay, and it's the same utilities. This create has been declared once in the high order component, but I can use it here, I can use it here. Let's say since I've got multiple forms here, as you might have seen, okay, some of them are different. You might not even think these are forms, but believe me, these are forms. Okay, for instance, here when I'm creating a code, okay, you might not think of this as a form because it's a bit let's say complicated, and as you can see, you can change, things are updating here and there, but this is a form. Okay, from here you can save an invoice. Let's see, 25,700. Let's say if this is Lloyd's invoice, let's create this quotation. Is this an invoice or quotation? This is supposed to be a quotation. My apologies about that. Okay, so as you can see, guys, this is a form also. Okay, so this form also make use of with utilities high order component, so that with utilities it can feed it with the utilities that it needs. For instance, when you click create, okay, it makes use of that create method. As you can see, a quotation has been created. Let's just quickly check here. Okay, as a demonstration, here is it, the mix it one. Okay, that's the only one. Yes, this one has been converted, so it's this one. So as you can see, guys, okay, so it also uses this high order component. So these high order components, let's go back to the definition. um, Functionality sharing. So as you can see, all those methods, they are being shared on different places, and that has been created, or that has been done in a more cleaner, understandable, and easy to use. Okay, even another developer can understand this pattern and really see that they can change the create method in one place and it's going to change everywhere. Okay, let's go to step number 2, pure functions. HOC are pure functions. They do not modify the original component but returns a new component with added behavior. This one doesn't really have something to do with my intent. Okay, it's just saying it's a pure function, meaning that it doesn't modify the content of the function that it's consuming. Let me just give you an example. This original form comes here as an original form. Okay, this high order component will do nothing on the behavior of this original form, so meaning that I can't pass original form here while it has an add button that behaves in a certain way. All of a sudden, when it's being added here, or being transformed and added here, now it's no longer adding, it's subtracting, or it's minusing, or whatever. Okay, this is form submit. Instead of creating a record, it's updating a record. So it won't, so the behavior of this component is intact, it stays the same. Okay, so that makes a high order component a some sort of a pure function. Okay, composition. Okay, they work by wrapping a component and composing additional logic around it. Apologies about that. Let's go back here. Okay, so now let's go back to this component, which is the higher order component with utilities. Okay, so this component just wraps the component that it receives. Okay, it doesn't really change, but it's like it's some sort of a composition in a way. Okay, you know, if you put something in a container, like your slices of bread in a lunchbox. Okay, so the lunchbox just wraps the slices of bread. It doesn't really change them, it doesn't really do something different, but it just wraps them. Okay, so that's the idea here. Okay, composition. Okay, they work by wrapping a component and composing additional logic around it. Okay, so as you can see, once it gets it, it always feeds it with some certain utilities. Okay, let me just show you that. This is with utilities, and then as you can see, this is toast, user ID, material. So these are all the things that I always need when I'm creating a method. Okay, I need Prisma type, I need is loading, I need all of these things. So I hope you are starting to see the use of a high order component in most YouTube tutorials where showing a Next.js clone, maybe a Spotify clone or whatever. These are the things that are not being used, and these are the things that I'm interested in. These are the things that I wish I can see how they are being used, because in real life, in proper companies, okay, you don't just specialized, but you don't specialize by creating a working or a functional code. Okay, a code can work, but it might not be efficient, it might not be easy to understand and use. So now we spoke of a second pattern. Okay, so I hope you understand the design pattern here, which is the high order component. Okay, so that's why we've got this original form. It must always pass through with utilities so that it can receive a lot of methods, okay, that it doesn't have. So it just have to receive and use those methods. For me, I feel like the high order component relates to another design pattern, which is not necessarily a React a React pattern. Okay. Let's see, where's my ChatGPT? Let me ask ChatGPT what is dependency injection. I think this is the pattern. My apologies about that. What is dependency injection? The DI. Dependency injection, it's a design pattern used in software development to achieve inversion of control. Okay, by injecting dependencies, that means object or services, into a class or component rather than having the class create or manage them directly. Okay, so I will argue that since dependency injection pattern, it's an old pattern, okay, even older than React as a framework, okay. So if HOC, it's a React pattern or design pattern, meaning that it's more recent or it's new than the dependency injection. So as you can see, guys, the dependency injection just states that your components or classes don't really need to create some, what can I say, some methods or some functionalities. It doesn't have to declare those functionalities. It just have to receive them and use them. Okay, so if you look at this, I think that's a part of it. It's that, okay. My apologies about that. Meaning that this component just receive these methods, okay, these dependencies. It doesn't care about how they were created, it just uses them. Okay, let's just highlight this create and see how it has been used. Let's just, as you can see, guys, here is it: return, await, create. Okay, passing an API, sign up, and the data. So as you can see, it's just using them. So now I think we've already touched base on three design patterns. Okay, then again, let me tell you, you don't really have a book or a list of design patterns that when you are going to start to create a project, you need to refer to them and use them. The first step to design pattern is to understand what are they. Okay, they are design pattern. How do you use them, or what is the concept behind? Just like dependency injection. And then from then, once you get used to them, reading them and understanding them, and then automatically or by default or subconsciously, you will just implement them. Okay, and that is it. It makes your code cleaner and it makes you a better developer. Okay, so let's continue. So now that we know that we've got some, am I on sign up? Yes. Now that we know that we've got some utilities, okay, that we get from what? From the high order component, okay? Now we need to, I'm using here on this form, I'm using a React hook form, okay? So some of the things I'm not going to get into details. Okay, so you can come here and learn more about React hook form. So I'm using React hook form. So let's go back where? Let's go back here. Okay, so as you can see here, first I need to create a schema. So I've got the name, email, password confirm, and I've got the role. Okay, as you can see. Okay, so obviously the password and password confirm needs to match, because if it doesn't match, and then we'll have an error in a way. So let's just quickly demonstrate that. Okay, let me demonstrate that. Where am I? Is this sign up? Yes. Okay, let's see. As you can see, this has been required. Let me type, and then the email address has been required. By the way, this is my email address in case you might want to email me and ask me something. I also got a 10-hour coaching course. Let me just show you. Okay, where I teach you exactly what you want to do. So maybe you might email me and then I will teach you. Okay, this is my 10-hour coaching course. If you might want to support me, you can check on Udemy, Matthew Msingati. I've got this React Advanced Component Composition TypeScript course, and also I've got this Next.js ShadCN UI TypeScript course. Okay, so let's go back to the matter at hand. Okay, where was I? I think I was here. Okay, so as you can see, now this has been validated, and then password it's 123, and then when you click here, this password is required. Let me make it 1234, and then when we click here, password don't match. Okay, so what is responsible for that? It's React hook form. Okay, apologies about that. It's React hook form. It uses Zod behind the scene. That's why we've got this Z. So if you want more about this, I'm not going to explain in details. Please come here and check this library. Okay. So as you can see, guys, so this is the part that makes sure that password must match. As you can see here is that warning. Okay. And then we've got a form type. This is just TypeScript. And then we've got some form methods. Okay, it's equal to use form. With this one, please go and study React hook form. But I'm just showing you. Okay, these are the defaults. Okay, then we've got form submit, we've got form mutation. Form mutation, it's so sorry, let me give you that that tech stack. Okay, what makes this form possible or functional or how it works. Okay, I'm using React hook form for taking in the input. Obviously, in React hook form, I'm using Zod for validation, okay, which is things like this. And then after that, to take this data to the back end, I am using, let's say I am using, what is this, 10 stack query. Okay, 10 stack query. Okay, I am using 10 stack query for some sort of fetching to manage the fetching of data. Okay, I'm using 10 stack query. So as you can see here, I've got form mutation, so meaning that this is just a method that sends the data to this API. Okay, this endpoint auth sign up. Okay, and when everything is successful, where is the toast? As you can see, okay, I'm using the toast, so I'm just using the toast from the high order component. Okay, and what else? My apologies about this, guys. Okay, I think that's about it. Okay, in terms of how this functions. Okay, I think the most important part in this screen, okay, it's this form. Okay, and then this takes us to systems thinking. What is a systems thinking? Systems engineering and systems design. My apologies about that. Let's see what ChatGPT has to say. Okay, let's see. Okay, all of these things are interconnected concept, but they focus on different aspects of understanding, creating, and managing systems. So we are dealing with systems. Okay, so an application, it's a system. A form, it's some sort of a system. Okay, because it's a lot of independent parts working together. So let's see, systems thinking. Systems thinking is a holistic approach to understanding complex systems by considering their interrelated components, interactions, and emergent behaviors of the whole system. Okay, the characteristics holistic view focuses on how the parts of the system interact to produce a whole. Okay, I'm not going to get more into details on these things, okay? But systems thinking, it's like when you look at a car, you don't look at it as an engine with wheels and wheel caps. No, you look at it as a transportation tool that takes us as human beings from one place to another. So as you can see, systems thinking think about the entire system holistically, okay? Its objective, what is it there for, its purpose, what is it trying to achieve, its functionality, okay? And then takes that and reshapes each individual component to fulfill that, okay? So as you can see, guys, that's systems thinking. Okay, let's just briefly read systems engineering. System engineering is an interdisciplinary approach to designing, developing, and managing complex systems over their life cycle. It integrates various engineering disciplines to ensure that all parts of the system work together efficiently. Okay, so what am I trying to say here? Okay, using a React hook form, what I decided to do, I decided to create my own component. In case you didn't know, I've got my own component library, okay, which is met components, as you can see, guys, okay. I think I'm going to put this in the description below in case you might want to know more about this library and how to use it. Is this a library or a UI library? Whatever it is, guys, okay? If you want to know more about Met components, then you can come here. You can come here. This video and this one, it's explaining in details how to use Met components, okay? If you might want to download it, here is it. You can download it here. So back to the meta at hand. Now in Met component, I've got a Met form. Sorry about that. I've got a Met form. Okay. Here is the concept of a Met form. So let me just show you a Met form. So when you click here, as you can see, guys, it asks you to make sure that these things are required. Okay. Also, we have some image pickers here, okay, on the met form, as you can see, and then you can type whatever you want to type. You can type here, put your email. Okay, I'm not sure what happened there, to be honest. Maybe it's my internet. Let's see. Okay, let's go back to Met components. So as you can see, guys, this is more like a form, okay, but it's a complete form, okay. Remember, we are on systems thinking, okay, cool. So let's just go back to React hook form, okay. So React hook form, it's an independent package that makes it easier for a developer to create forms, okay. It manages a lot of things to make your life easier, okay. So it's a bit, not necessarily it's a bit complex, okay, but it's not like easy for a beginner, okay. You need to learn, there's a learning curve, okay. So people like us and ShadCN, okay, maybe we might feel like this it's a bit complicated. So what we can do, we can what I want to use this word, we can wrap it, okay, or abstract it, meaning that to create our own components on top of it so that it can be easier for another developer to use, okay. We create interfaces, okay, some sort of a presentation of some sort, a unique one which is easy to use and easy to interact with, okay. So ShadCN did the same thing, okay. Let me show you what ShadCN did with React hook form. Okay, I'm going to explain systems thinking to you, okay? So let's see, where is forms? Where is forms here? Where is forms? It's somewhere here. Okay, these are components. We see here is a form. Okay, here is a form. Here's an example. So what I want to do here, I want to show you an example of a form. Okay, where is the code? Okay, let me just try this and see. Yes, okay. I think this will work. Okay, so this is a form. As you can see, you just put an email and then you submit it, and then it shows it here. So as you can see, so what ShadCN did, they have used this package behind the scene, and they have created an interface, some sort of an easy to use method or function, okay, that makes it easier for you to use this package. Okay, so let's go back here. Okay, so let's look at the code. So here is the code. Remember, here we only have one, what can I say, one input. This is only one input, and that's it. I apologize about that. So this is ShadCN's interface, okay, for this. Okay, this is ShadCN's interface. So what I'm going to do, I am going to copy this, and where am I going to paste it? Let me paste it somewhere here. The reason why I'm pasting it here, I want to calculate the number of lines. This is apologies about that. Um, this is what one select component. Okay, this one select component has been created by almost 84 lines. Okay, as you can see, it takes 84 lines to create only that one select component. So when ShadCN was creating this interface, okay, this is my assumption and I might be wrong. Okay, please, whatever that I'm going to take, evaluate it, make it a product of your own conclusion, because I might lie to you. Okay, I never worked on ShadCN. I don't know who these guys are and what they do. Okay, but since I'm a developer, I've been using ShadCN. I've just noticed some things that I don't like about their interface. That's why I created my own interface. Okay, so when ShadCN was creating this interface, okay, number one, they were not looking at systems thinking. Okay, what do I mean by that? They were not looking at React hook forms. Okay, remember, this React hook form doesn't necessarily give you or supply you with the form elements, which is your select element, which is your radio buttons, which is your image input, everything that you use in a form. It doesn't supply you with, okay, but it supplies you with the mechanics, with the engineering behind that, okay. So ShadCN as a component library that has got its own standalone components, okay, like your input checkboxes, okay. So what they did here, and remember, this is my opinion. So what they did here, they took React hook form, okay, as it is, and they have some sort of pushed their own inputs, okay. Like, let's say this is the React hook form behind the scene, the bone and the structure, and they have pushed their own select component so that it can be compatible with React hook form, as you can see. Okay, so this approach, according to me, doesn't have systems thinking in mind. Okay, because number one, it's too long, it's a lot of things. Okay, um what they were trying to do, they were trying to integrate their own inputs into what, into React hook form. Okay, I did things differently. Okay, instead of looking at inputs and pushing them or associating them with React hook forms. Okay, what I did, I looked at React hook form and what I want to achieve. Okay, sorry. So I wanted to create, okay, where's my met component? I wanted to create a way that makes it easier for me, some sort of a copy and paste that makes it easier for me to use forms. Okay, using the best um the best forms library behind the scene. Okay, so I wanted to just use forms. I didn't want to integrate them. I didn't want to take time integrating things. Okay, so instead of taking some inputs and pushing them into React hook form, I looked at what do I want to achieve. That is the systems thinking mentality. I viewed this as one thing, not as React hook form with some elements. Okay, so what is the difference then? Okay, the difference is I've got a met component, which is, sorry, a met form, which is some sort of a system that achieves a certain goal. You can use met form to create forms in the simplest way, simply because it's a React hook form that comes with its own inputs. The inputs are tailor-made for React hook form. They are not being integrated, meaning that they are ShadCN's input that you can use in React hook form. No, these inputs only work here in met form. So meaning that I have looked at what React hook form is looking for in terms of input, and I designed inputs that will work well with React hook form. Maybe somebody might ask, then Matthew, what's the deal? Okay, how different are you with ShadCN? Okay, let me just ask ChatGPT um how easy it is to add a to add an, let's say, an image input in a ShadCN form. Okay, how easy it is to add an image input in a ShadCN form. Let me just send it. Okay, I want to see, is it easy to add an image input in a ShadCN form? In a Met component, remember, Met component has looked at React hook form, okay? And I created all the inputs that the React hook form need. So when I'm explaining this in details, I usually say, okay, I didn't bring children, which is your inputs, to a React hook form. Okay, what I decided to do, I allowed React hook form to give birth to its own children. So these components, they are not met inputs, they are not met date picker. No, they have been created according to React hook form. So it's like I allowed React hook form to naturally give birth to the components which might be ideal for it. Remember, this is not a UI component library, okay? So that's how I did. Instead of integrating any component, whether it's Material UI or it's ShadCN component, using it and integrating it like this. Okay, so let's just go here and see how easy it is. Let's see, where is that? My apologies about this. It looks like I'm having a dry cough here. Validation, where is my question? My apologies about this. Okay, okay. How easy it is. Adding an image input to ShadCN UI form is straightforward and involves a combination of React. of React, a file input element, and optional integration with libraries like React Hook Form for form handling and Zod for validation. Below is the steps. Okay. Obviously, ChatGPT here is making use of a language, okay, to use and saying that it's straightforward. Okay. I didn't really ask how simple it is. I asked how easy it is. So, a something that is straightforward doesn't mean it's few steps. Okay. It can be straightforward, but it can be 99 steps to complete it. It's straightforward, easy, like straightforward, but it can be a lot of steps. So let's see this straightforwardness. I'm trying to say this straightforward doesn't mean easy. Okay, it's complicated to add, to integrate, what can I say, an image input in ShadCN simply because they didn't think about systems thinking. Okay, things are not embedded in the, what can I say, in the interface, okay, in the form interface, just like the way I did. With me, you've got an image input that has been ideally designed to fit with React Hook Form. You just use it, okay? You don't even integrate. It's already been integrated, okay? So let's look at the process of integration, which ChatGPT says it's easy, okay? So these are just the installation. It's nothing much. Number one, add the image input to your form, okay? Example with controlled input, okay? This is the knowledge that you need to know, the controlled input and the uncontrolled input, okay? As you can see, okay, this is what you need to do, okay? As you can, this is a lot of code, okay? Excuse me about that. Okay, as you can see, let's just look at this code, okay? Let's just look at this code. Okay, let's see how many lines is this. This one, it was almost like 8 something. Let's see, this is like 44 lines, okay? So let's see advanced example with React Hook Form. I don't really think I need advanced example using React Hook Form and Zod for validation. Let's see. Okay, this is the advanced component styling in preview. Okay, this is almost 42 lines. So let's go back here on met components. Um, let's see on the met form. Okay, let's see on the code. Okay, let's see on the code. So what I'm trying to say is whatever that they are trying to achieve with those 48 lines, I think I have achieved it with less than 2 lines. At most, it's supposed to be 1 line. Okay, let me show you that. Where is met image here? Okay, this is met image. Where is met image? Just a moment. As you can see, here is it. Met image display. No, I want met image. Yes, here's it. Okay, so to me, here is this component. This component is called met image file. Okay. Did I update my library? Looks like now I even forgot the names. Let's see the name of it and the label of it. Yes, okay. So I think I've updated it. Now it's met image file. Before it was just met image, okay? So here is it. It's met image file. So what do you do with it? You just give it a name. How is this name being integrated in this manner? Okay, in this manner. Okay, let's see, in this manner here and everything with Zod, whatever, I did everything behind the scene for you. Okay, I did everything behind the scene for you. So you just give it a name and you give it a label, and that is it. Okay, so if you want to see this, here is it, the profile image. Let's see, here is it, the profile image. So I created a component for adding images. It even has some sort of a preview, something that I think ShadCN doesn't have. Okay, a preview, and also it has got its own corresponding displayer. Okay, why is this working? Why is this efficient? Why is this simple instead of 42 lines of code of integrating every time when you want to add an image with ShadCN, simply because I have made use of systems thinking. Okay, I didn't view React Hook form as a package that I can supply with inputs. Okay, I didn't view it that way. I asked myself, what does this package need? And I designed all the inputs that it needs. My apologies about that. So I've just designed all the input that it needs. So I viewed it as a one component, okay, with the objective, okay, and that was it. So as you can see here, whatever that they are achieving with more than 42 lines or 30 lines, I'm only achieving it with only one line, and that is it. So let's go back to the matter at hand. This is a form. Okay, this form makes use of a met form. Okay, so it's very easy. Let me show you the comparison here. Remember, we said this is how many components input. It's only a select input, so the code, it was almost like 42 lines. Okay, as you can see, let's go to the registration form, okay, which has been created by a met form, and also I will show you how a met form works. So let's go to the sign up form sign up. Let's see. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I need to compare only the JSX, okay, so that the comparison can be fair. Let me show you this way. Okay, let me show you this way. Where is the start of their own form? Here is the start of their own form, and the form ends where it ends here. Okay, so let's delete every other thing and let's just check the form. So as you can see, guys, it's 32 lines. So here they are trying to add one select. This is the select. As you can see, even the select has got how many lines? Multiple lines, almost like 5 or 10 or more than 5. Okay, as you can see. So I'm going to do the same thing. Go to my form sign up. Okay, go to my JSX where the form starts. Okay, as you can see, here is the form. Okay, the form starts here. According to how I have designed my components, okay, um, I think this is prettier. Okay, this is prettier. So I'm going to show you this. According to how I've designed these components, when I was looking at how complicated ShadCN's interface is, I have designed these components in such a way that they are one-liners. Okay, so what do I mean by one-liners? I just mean that these can fit in one line. Okay, ideally that was on my mind. Okay, so let alone how prettier or how Visual Studio Code is going to arrange these things, okay, into this form. Okay, these multiple lines. I don't have multiple lines here. Okay, so meaning that each component, which is a select component or a text component, has got only one line. Okay, as you can see here, I think they've got on the select starts from here and it ends here. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. 12 lines. Okay, if you can look at my select here, suppose it's just one line. Let's go to met select. Do we have met select on here? I think we do. Let me just check on the UI. My apologies about that. We don't really have it here. Okay, so let's just look at any place that has got the met select. Okay, so the form items have got a met select, as you can see. So let's just quickly go to dashboard, items, from create. Let's just look at met select here. Okay, where here is it. Okay, this met select, it looks like here it's 5 lines, you might say. But when I was designing these, okay, I knew that these needs to fit on one line. Okay, so for me, when I'm coding, I always fit this in one line but when I'm sorry, okay, this one I can leave it here because it's the options. Okay, this one I can leave it here. Okay, so as you can see, oh, let me just do this. Okay, so as you can see, this is some sort of an array of objects. Okay, this is an array of objects. Okay, so this can be a one-liner. Okay, more especially when I replace this with a variable. Okay, because this is going to be a variable that comes from, let's say, select options. Okay, okay, never mind about that error. It just means that this has not been declared. So ideally, when I was creating met components, I had an idea of one line. Okay, their own select has got 12 lines and mine has got only one line. It's a met select. Okay, so let's just quickly compare the amount of code. Okay, remember we were comparing the JSX. Okay, so where is my form? Here is my form. So assuming that these are one lines, okay, as you can see. So this is line number one, line number two, line number three, line number four, and that will be it. Okay, here. Okay, so let's just count these lines from here. Okay, in terms of the met form, also it can be one line, but I don't want to be that brutal to ShadCN. So let's count these line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 9, 10, 11, 12, because these can be one liners, 13, okay, 14, and then even these ones can be one liners, let's say 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, so as you can see, my JSX can be cleaned into few lines. Okay, so as compared to ShadCN's one, where is that one? And remember, I've got almost like 17 lines with how many components? One, two, three, four, five, with the add button, which is almost like six. Okay, I've got almost like 17 line or less than 20 lines. And if we can go to ShadCN one, okay, they've got how many lines? One, this is only the select, this is not the form. So if we can check the form starts from here, okay, 1 up to 31. Okay, this is the form, 31 lines. It has got only one component. Okay, let's see. It has got only one component, 31 line. I've got less than 20 lines and I've got how many components? As you can see here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is register. So I hope you can see. So what am I trying to teach you here? Am I trying to say, well, I'm better than ShadCN? Obviously, no, because I have been inspired by ShadCN. Okay, so it's not a matter of who's better and who's not better. But what I'm trying to explain to you is that I have used the systems thinking to improve or to come up with a better interface. Okay, that's what I was trying to say. Okay, let's say I want to add an image here. Okay, which with ShadCN, obviously this is how you are going to add it. Where is it? Here is it. Okay, this is how you are going to edit. Of course, this is how you are going to edit. Okay, so with me, I just have to go to my library. Okay, and then here I just have to look for met image file. Where is my JSX? Just check here. Okay, met image file. Here is it. I copy this, and that is it. Let me just show you. This is local one, yes. And then let me go to this sign up, register on users, and then I'm just going to go here, dashboard under users, dashboard under users, form add user. Mm, yes, form add user. And then I'm just going to go to Met Forms. As you can see, Met Forms start here. Let's say somewhere here I want to add this. I just have to import it, and that is it. Met. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Okay. This you don't just import it. It's a hook. Okay. So there is a certain way to edit. It's a hook. Let me just show you. It's just a matter of copy and paste. This component comes from a hook. I will explain to you now why it comes from a hook. Let's see. Where is that hook? Okay, let's see. Where is that hook? My apologies about that. It comes from a hook that I have created, which supplies me with the met image. Image reset. Where is that hook? All right, let's see. Let's see. Or maybe let me just copy this to a code so that I can see it properly. Here is it, guys. Okay, const. Here is everything. It's a hook that I need to have it here. So you just have to have this hook somewhere here. This is not const. Say const. Um, unknown keyword identifier. Do you mean const? Okay, is this on the right place? I believe so. So let me just import this. Use met media. So because of I've got use met media, I can use met image file. And I think that's all. Okay, and I think that's all. Let's go back here and check. As you can see, guys, okay, I can add an image. And that is it. Okay, just few copy and paste, and I can add an image instead of this. Okay, so how I have managed to do this to create a met form is because of systems thinking. Okay, so I think I have thought differently, okay, than ShadCN. I think I have thought in reverse. They created their own components, which is their component library, and they have integrated their own components to React Hook form, resulting in a bit of a long code. And to be honest, this is a bit complex. Okay, try it, you will see. It's a bit complex. The interface is too long, it's not efficient, and it's not effective because they are using their own component, integrating them with React Hook form. Were they wrong about doing that? No, because basically that's what React Hook form suggests. You can take any HTML input here and use it with their own system. So I've thought in a different way. Instead of bringing in components here, what I did, I just reverse engineered the process. I ask myself, what does React Hook form need? Okay, because I need a form in the end. Okay, it must be like a copy and paste, easy and a simple interface. So, what do I want to achieve? I want to accept input and validate it easy, the simplest I know how. So, it was clear to me that I need to start from React Hook form and work backwards. Instead of supplying inputs, I need to create input which feels natural to React Hook form. And that was the birth of Met form. Okay, and that was the birth of Met form. Okay, so that has been inspired by systems thinking. Okay, to think about the bigger picture and how the smaller parts are going to work together in accomplishing the objectives of the bigger picture. Okay, so what I'm starting to see, which is missing or a gap in the industry, is that We create components, we create pieces of technologies that doesn't work well together. We create components independently. For instance, I might wake up and think of an input, let's say a text input that will have, what can I say, floating labels. Okay, I'm thinking of it independently, not knowing if I can think of this not in isolation but as a system. I will realize that the labels doesn't have to float. It's unnecessary, it's a waste of time. But because of I'm thinking of these in isolation, okay, I make all these fancy, flashy, time wasting features which if I was thinking of a system I was not going to add them. That's why ShadCN has got a lot of code, and with the same number of lines, even less, I've got how many items? One, two, three, four, five. I've got five inputs and they've got one. They are sitting at 30 something or 20 something. And I've got like five inputs. I'm sitting at 17 lines of code. I am Matthew Msingati, the designer and developer from South Africa. If you might want to support me, don't forget, check on Udemy. I've got this course. Also, you can check in the description below. Okay, you will see my Udemy course 1 and my Udemy course 2. This is React Advanced Component Composition, and this is Next.js ShadCN UI. I hope you have enjoyed um this video, and I hope you have noticed, or now things are clear to you, what are design patterns and how you use them. And that's about it. In case you might want to learn design on Figma, I've got this channel which is Coded UI. Okay, if you might want to contact me, feel free to contact me here. Where is my website? Let me just type here, Matthew. Okay, I've got a 10-hour coaching course where I teach you one-on-one exactly what you want to hear. Stick with me, I'll make you famous. I'll take you places to see different faces. See you on the next one.